pretty often on Bind, but does get peppered in alongside the Cypher as well. So this is like much more what I would expect many teams to play on Bind. But hey, I'm all for it. I do remember though, one of the first competitive games that Yoru ever had, even looking back all the way to VCT, maybe about last year, was on a Bind game. I can't remember exactly who played it, but I do remember this. You were talking a bit about how weird he can be and how it is to go up against him. I do agree, but there's one always strange note with Yoru, right? It's managing to take space and how you do it, because your TP is also a great tool, but if you're to back out a situation, everything you just gained is also then progressively lost as quickly as it was gained. And that's the one thing I'll be watching out for with the Yoru pick.
We'll see how it comes to fruition when the actual matchup starts. But with the pistol round, we've got the stack outside of a short, just a full stack thus far. We might have a lurking Cypher on the other side here for SE, but otherwise, it might be that fast-paced blitz that you were talking about.
So where they're set up to immediate TP taking over into the double as well. So almost trying to go for a fake at a certain point. And I do like that this is where conditioning starts. That he's chilling, making sure that he's staying inside the TP, doesn't peek out, finds nobody there, and goes immediately back to B. But as of right now, we're seeing right now on the attack inside, they're just chilling. They're taking their time.
Yep, just looking for a little bit of information. Interesting that we already saw really quick rotation being pulled over by engineers, but first blood into the hands of Siwa here towards a short. That's the main initiator down now. There is still info gathering possible with this guy in the hands of Fun Buns, but having that recon can be so valuable as far as just being able to light up your opponents, clearing out corners, because while the guiding light gives you info, it doesn't give you exact information.
Nah, yeah, you're not. Yeah, you have a general understanding. It's like when you ask somebody how far is this. It's about 4 to 5 blocks away. Which one? 4 or 5? Well, you can go find out when you travel there. Either way, C3 getting the second as well, and the steam the attack has to be forced down as they should be able to immediately back out. Nice TP away. Now with this, it should be just a cleanup on the other end, but 2 taken out. And Monkey, look at the final.
Nice quick round. A lot of value already coming out from, I believe that being Siwa on that Yoru pick with the 3K to kick things off. It's going to be the buy-up round now. Anti-Eco here with side engineers. I wouldn't be surprised to see them play pretty similarly to how they did in the pistol. Maybe a little bit less trigger happy on those rotations because they have that gun advantage. But otherwise, I mean, I feel like that pistol round was just pretty standard all in all for both sides.
And yeah, like you're saying, it's nothing too crazy overall, especially considering how they were stalwart at the beginning. So they were pretty much forced to make an option there because they gained nothing else by just broken down a short. But it's a similar start off to what we saw previously. Except this time no Yoru TP, but they are still triple stacked over by B. So through this, with Yoru going down long, should be able to at least catch one on the rotation, but it'll be about the timing as to who peeks out against C3 first. Might not be able to see as flex, and ooh, he barely gets out. Some take the challenge and win it.
Okay, across the board too, there's going to be another pick on the other side of the map. Now down to 3 here, and they're pushing in towards market, looking to pinch the attackers, not even let them get an inch of the map control.
SE, unfortunately, down a couple, but hey, enough eco damage just does get done to the engineers, so that at least lead them to having to go for, maybe just some half buys in general, just some stingers and such, which I know you'd be happy to see. Either way, this is now where SE looks to make the comeback as well. I do love this, though, is that there's judges on both sides, and the Raze judge is a classic pick on Bind. A lot of the veterans bringing it out. I'm expecting an aggressive push with the doubles, with a double pass pack once they manage to garner enough information as to where the enemy team is residing. Currently, though, still chilling by A, the similar setup that we saw previously again, but this time the stacks keep switching sites.
They're just pushing in now, though. Venom using that paint shells and the boom bot really early on. Double blast pack in with the judge going to take down Chonker, so no more smokes available here for engineers.
That's just tough timing on his part too. As soon as the smoke dropped, there was a couple of seconds where he could have maybe got the gun out for an out. Mucky looking to get away towards the back of the side. Bucky managed to get one. And on through this, his fight just transgresses to a 3v3. Spike is not in their hands anymore, unfortunately, and SC's gonna have to look at trying to pick that up in some way, shape, or form. But this is a tough call. You know, this is a round they need, especially with them being down 2, losing the pistol and the bonus. But you expect them to actually bring this back, especially with them being so heavily impacted on the site. But engineers will give them the space they need. It's a plan.
Trailblazer to find 1 here, so Monkey knows that Pikachu is hiding towards triple, able to do a little bit of poke damage, but the heal to come out from their sky is going to replenish Pikachu back up to full health. Siwa using the gate crash off the bat, dimensional drift, I mean, to get just some space here.
Player standing.
And especially with the peek outs too, there was already 1 person hiding, and there we go.
Healing over here.
SC
Out of healing.
getting 1 of the buyouts too. What we were already expecting is the natural flow of things continues forward, and now we'll see both sides with some solid guns.
We say that, yet I'm still looking over towards the engineers.
Yeah, never mind, my bad.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd buy because some of them did force up after losing. They forced up to other eco weapons on their bonus round, right? So not everyone quite has enough to buy up full. So we're gonna see a couple eco weapons on either side. Still really nice contention up against your typical rifles. But once again, Venom looking for that conditioning here towards A short. Will expend the boom bot. Prowler to clear out the right side and blast pass back into U-Haul.
The fact that he actually managed to get away with the blast pack too was so clutch, but not through this. The rest of the team follows up past him, and Yushi, man, fortunately taken out, but we will be traded. Look at the health bar as well here on Syosset. Oh, just so low. Not that we just have to play that much more carefully. This Fun Bunch is taking 2 for himself. Holding on the site, and even put on the Seeker as well. And with 2 members left on the Engineers, now they know exactly where they are.
So low. Fun Buns able to get the heal off at the very least. If Flex Omen does buy enough time with Plant and the hop down. Majestic, though, able to equalize now a 1v2 situation on this retake.
I was taking a look at the TP as well as it wasn't spotted. Was as he gonna actually take it, but a bold play for which you're not working out. Not just to move into 2. This U-Haul sees 1. The second with a nation, we were actually able to clear him out. He's stuck into a corner. Yes, he gets him. Wow, what a play.
Really well done there. I mean, nothing too surprising to see that second frag come through. I think it's a tough situation for Flex Omen, right? In that situation, ideally, you're going to have to swing. You can't sit in the corner knowing the paint shells have been replenished. You got too little health to sit in such tight quarters. But we are going to move now into an eco round here for SE. They're going to be forced onto pistols largely across the board. No ultimates that are, I think, important enough in this round to be expended. Even if they do get an edge up, say for maybe the Neural Theft, or if they lose the Spike in an odd spot, but nothing game-changing for this team, at least.
Nothing. Yeah, I mean, but we're 4 rounds in, so I'll look to see if I am surprised that was a good use of the clone to set up the boom bot, so that'll only force the race to be that much closer, especially on the save of Brown, but Trailblazer gets put out. C3 actually could have put out the TP and could have used that to move into the actual teleporter, fake that, but instead he peeks out, no flash, dry. As in Sahara, but the second will get punished.
Pikachu with a crispy shot. Neural Theft to come out, but peeking dry is going to be punished right here by Majestic. Haunt out towards backside as well. A lot of utility already used on this eco round here for Syosset. They are going to make the rotation back over towards A, but you can see that they're a little bit nervous about any potential flanks to have come through, as the Engineers have previously pushed out.
So 4v3s move into the side. 3-stack once again from SE. They'll have to try to move in, try to just gain some sort of advantage at every corner.
30 seconds left.
And an off look will cost DM7 their life. And a Venom as well also know that with this, they just have a couple of seconds. Oh! But the peek out actually works. Ooh, I don't know how that timing worked in the end, but I'm impressed.
Hey, 1 HP here from Mookie. But third round on the board for engineers. Or fourth. They haven't fully defused yet. I was like, wait a second. The score hasn't changed. They're just doing a little bit of trolling, doing a little bit of shopping around to see what weapons they can pick up.
Love shopping.
Hey, if you got a cool skin, you got a cool skin, you know?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. That's why I see to drop every single game we're in, because you're just so stacked here, Ash. I can never compare. I hear with my battle pass skins, bro. Just like a peasant. It's crazy.
Wait, what? I didn't quite hear it. We're not going to go back because the round's about to start, so I'll gloss over this one for now. But what I did just notice is that engineers, they're running a no sentinel composition. They've got double duelist, double initiator. They're all info, and that's why we do see the aggression coming out from them. They have to take map control because they can't hold sites. With utility, that is. They've been winning their gunfights, though.
Which, honestly, I guess works out for the best, but ow! Alright, main melee gets out. And it'll leave the space we were talking about. We were saying that they managed to just sorely acquire. But C3 picking out the smoke is a bold call. But through this, it works out. Syosset gotta back away. They're going to B. And this Yoru fake could be big, but it's looking at TP. Oh, they get it.
That wallbang is so nice. Nice from the shadows as well, just to clear out backside, get that information here with Flex Omen. Then we're gonna see the smokes come through for CT. Quick plants, but engineers, they're already rotated, so a lot of pressure is about to be put on their post-plant seekers available for the retake.
We're waiting for those to come out, but it's a prowler for now, but I don't necessarily think they'll be used currently. It's a big paranoia to catch both of them. And it just leaves Monkey isolated.
Oh!
Ooh. Okay. Alright, damn. Not bad.
I thought it was like a Trojan horse, but it was a bird.
Right, that's what I'm saying. With a Trojan bird. I don't think all those Spartans could have fit inside a big bird, but hey, you know, I'm not the one who designed it though.
I think that would have also been like way more difficult to build, to be honest. Like the shape of a bird versus a horse to hide inside. But
it would have been really funny that.
Well, we can't turn back time. We can only look forward, and we're seeing Syosset. They're able to take a round, and the rounds have been close as well. Because engineers, they're just, I think, 1 round away from having broken money. So if they can't secure this one, this is SE's chance to tie things up.
A familiar stack that we saw, that we were accustomed to, but Gucci main once again sucked into corner, surrounded by the flash, and that could have been a situation where he once again fell up against 2, but instead, for the Nightfall to go into the side, instead he comes out a bit late. Oh, he jumps into Monkey. That is tough beans. Yeah, my man has the property deed. He's not giving it to nobody.
Nice shrouded step out, though, from Flex Omen, giving opportunity with the spike to TP out. Nearly a full rotation called over towards the A site, but with how they've cut noise here in A short, engineers, they've managed to just spread back out in default, but Syosset looking to re-hit here towards A. Chunker 2 more smokes available. Guiding light out. It's going to be the plants. It's quick, but a lot of pressure once again in this post plant from engineers.
And there's, because we were talking about 2 Pikachu Thunderbolts 2 down, off with the spray, the blind one as well. And I'll just leave 2 once again for the side of the engineers. Ooh. Another beautiful shot from Fun Buns. And I believe C3 should have been spotted going past Gucci main there. So try DM7 and still takes the shot either way. But he's stranded in the showers. They're not going to chase him down just yet. But the spike is taken. And he knows the only opportunity he has to do anything this round is maybe take 1 more life.
Yeah, I think maybe just trying to go for exit frags here, cause a little bit of discord. But instead it will just be a full save. Because again, engineers, they don't have much money to work with going into this next round. This is Syosset's their opportunity to try and tie things up, as I mentioned previously, because engineers are looking at an eco with the hero rifle into the hands of Siwa. Nothing too surprising to see Siwa being that hero player for this team with the amount of chaos that they've been able to cause on Syosset's attacking side, but I find that when the engineer or when Syosset isn't hitting towards the B site, Siwa also tends to struggle to find his value a little bit.
Right, because you've seen how it really does depend on what stacks are actually faced up against him and then where he chooses to place himself. As right now, he's anchoring the B side alone, which I guess they've kind of noticed that they do prefer the A, and they're running it back here again. With nobody being caught by long, no noise being there. And they can't see full again by showers. They put out the hot, they don't catch anybody, but Seekers being part of it should be able to see that everybody's there. It's a 5v5 to move into the side. The Incendiary does slow them down, does a fair amount of damage, and they're all just stuck in showers, Ash.
They're also worried about that flank, but it might even be a full rotation. No, I think it's just going to be a cut noise, maybe re-hit back towards B showers, but Siwa now pushed in towards showers, going to be taken down by Venom. First blood on the board, and that's the hero gun down.
And I will clear out the heroes back of the site. Nice show stopper. Second not taken by Venom then. But they have more than enough space to do what they want, and complete control here. Just leaving Majestic to fend for himself.
4-4, we're all tied up between the Engineers and Syosset. Now another buy round back onto the board after that save, but SE with 3 rounds in a row in pretty much dominating fashions as far as like how many players were left alive by the end of the round. They're amassing a really nice economy for themselves. Meanwhile, Engineers have been pushed into that really tight spot of if this round doesn't go into their favor, they're going to be pushed onto another eco, and then it's just that back and forth that you have to get out of. You have to break that cycle for yourselves, and now after the conditioning towards A, Syosset looking to try their luck again towards the B side.
I like the change up as well, like you're saying. But they've managed to anchor CY every time, and he gets the first kind of transfer to more, but it'll be 2 for 2 trade, which isn't too bad for Syosset either. Because they do progress after before this. They get the orb here as well, and 2 away from the Nightfall. So not through this. Once the plank goes down, it shouldn't be too hard for them to effectively lock down and secure the site. A orbital strike will delay that though.
Prowler out from CT. Dart covers all expended, so having to use a paranoia. The reflank though from elbow will be good for 2 for Fun Buns. Seekers do manage to seek them out, but Chonker now left alone on the retake here for Engineers, which has just fallen apart. Fun Buns to close it out with the 4K, taking the lead for the first time here for Syosset, 5-4.
And Fun Buns as well, that flash peek out too. We were talking about the confidence that Syosset has shown previously, how they managed to come back in this game 4 rounds in a row. And it's plays like that which funnels the Engineers in. It has been the overall adverse here too, because you've seen how Syosset in a lot of these pushes, they're all stacked up as 5, and 1 Incendiary can slow down the push to an absolute stall. But plays continues like that from them is what I want to see more of. On the other end, for the Engineers, it's a clean spread once again, but instead moving the Yoru over to A this time, I do wonder how he makes a difference.
We'll have to see. Fun Buns is the player that we're looking towards here for Syosset. 14-7, I'm pretty sure, is their current KDA line, and already a quick plant here on the A site.
Woo! One more shot taken, missed the timing on Gucci Mane, no! And even caught up with a Prowler as well, but like you're saying, now it'll be up to the left side to see how they look to hold things down. They have control in showers, but look at where the rest of the Engineers are planted. And speaking of which, they are looking to defuse well. One more shot, they can't get them off, but the Spike Diffuser was killed, and it gives them a couple of seconds. 1v2, the nade lands, Fun Buns. It's up the Seekers to know exactly where they are from this point. Oh, beautiful shot! The Seekers managed to get it, but it'll be the defusal at the end.
Whew. Brave stick and little health for both members. The Engineers managed to keep close. They managed to tie things back up, but despite the round win, their money's still not looking too great, right? I mean, it's huge to be able to secure that thrifty round for Engineers, But when it comes down to it, money tells the story for the rest of the matchup. At the very least, we only have 2 rounds left, so Engineers should have enough in their pocket for the last one before we swap sides. Syosset, we're looking at a Nightfall here on their execution to be available for the site take.
Talking about previously how that could be a potential for the round, but currently he's waiting for them to set that up, and right now with a hot match to get one, exactly as you were saying, looking to move in past it as the util dump comes in from both these sides, as they clear every single tight corner. The cam as well too, with a pretty bold placement press right in front of everybody else. That was shot out, but give them time. Nightfall not being able to set up and move to A.
The first time that we really are seeing the TPs being taken that is not Siwa, with like a Yoru fake going into it, right? But Engineers really fast to rotate back over, playing off site to avoid the Nightfall as well. Really smart decisions, not getting caught out. 40 seconds left, and they're sticking the plant here in front truck.
It's kind of wild, exactly like you're saying, because they caught nobody there, but Chonker too, alongside Gucci main. Holding right outside U-Haul. And a hot catching because he's unlucky. It'll justly fun but it's a 1v1. Can he stop the plant this time is the question. They're sticking it though. He doesn't hear it. He has to move forward. And it gets off at the half, but he still gets the clutch.
That's the player you want in a clutch situation if you're Syosset. Now 19-4 on a sky pick here for their team. That's just, I have no words right now. I mean, you have to think about the fact that Engineers, they're keeping this so competitive. None of the members of this team, though, have hit double digits. It's 5-6. And Fun Buns is just over here amassing kill after kill. But broken economy for Engineers on the last round before we swap sides, having to force up with everything that they've got. They need to isolate one player, try to steal a gun out of their hands, and get out scot-free.
Why do they call it that? Scot-free?
Time to jump.
I'll think about that later. That's fine. What matters right now is does he cop the Prowler? This could be huge. The peek in, shorty kill. But he puts the TP instead of the flash. Could have possibly gotten out of the situation, but still does make sure the Syosset has really control. But showstopper not put out. In retrospect, Majestic Max waiting for the flash to expire and hoping that Syosset pushes against him. Shot out blind, catches nobody, and it'll be the move over to A once again.
Spike having to travel here towards market. Short will be cleared out by the Prowler, but Spike is all alone here towards the short side, right? DM7 having to just push in towards Truck, initiating the Spike, hoping that nobody will shut them down.
Currently nobody is caught yet. Oh my god, I don't know. Monkey managed to stay alive behind triple for so long. And we're looking at 66 half. I know it's fun, but it's 1v4. You can try to stop the plant, but there's just too many targets, Ash. First one in, last one out. He puts in the time. We're tied. Going to Syosset on the defense. What a half.
Okay. I think the fact that the Engineers kept it so competitive on their defender side when they're very much so an attacking sided team with their team composition, things are looking fruitful for them. But Syosset putting up such a good fight, I think a little bit more than we were even expecting. I think we thought that these matchups would favor Engineers just a little bit more because of the seeding, because of the history that we heard about both of these teams. But I'm like pleasantly surprised with how competitive Syosset is keeping this matchup.
You know what? I think I'll take that. It's because I don't disagree. Considering I would expect. I had a lot of question marks going. I was expecting a ton effort, and just to see how creative they could be, especially considering their defensive start. Right. I'm hoping for a lot of creativity and plays like that, where he attacks him in the TP, gets a ghost, and gets out of it.
Now rotation being called over towards the A side. Siwa alone to clear out towards showers. Giving the team the green light to say that the close quarters are free. The Prowler as well for that early information. Syosset just playing really passively, reactively here towards site, not trying to stall them off.
Blinded.
Still looking to take a couple of seconds, but with the 4v5 they currently have, Engineers playing inside of the smoke for now, and Syosset is waiting for the timing to look to move in. DMC taken out 1 for 1, but Syosset, look at where the corner though, all 3 of them in the central caterpillar line at the back of the site, slowly gaining inches, centimeters if anything, for where to peek out. And unfortunately, Flexstone being caught will just leave them in such a desolate position. But trade's going in their favor. Flash out. It's Monkey left, but the flash in. He shoots.
What is going on?
No!
That is... I actually didn't know who was going to come out on top of that fight. I'm not going to lie. It was like, okay, Monkey, you got this. You know, you got the first flash down. And then Pikachu's just like, I'm going to just dodge your bullets left and right. And then the second one goes. And I was like, I don't even know. I just didn't even know what was happening anymore at that point.
No.
But Engineers, they've earned that second pistol for themselves. We saw them take the first 2 rounds of the previous half. Looking like they'll be able to do the same once again, but are they prepared for the quadruple shorties?
I was gonna say it's a full shorty bias. Everybody here rocking their shorties.
Oh,
That's 1 less shorty for the squad, but that's okay. Pikachu though might have to move forward with his shorty. But don't nobody move against him. It's fine, it's okay. It'll take a couple of seconds. He sees that. That's the first shot. No! This is the first shot. Another one gone. The shorty plan is going awry. How could this be?
Spike planted.
I mean, with Short, you really gotta just gamble that they're gonna push into you, right?
Yeah.
But Venom on that flank is gonna leave Fun Buns in a 1v5 situation. Radiant player for Syosset, but with a classic in hand, there's not much you can do.
I mean, he could just take shots from afar. And he gets it with the classic. You know what? That's mental damage, if anything. Man, Fun Bun's doing a job making up for the previous half. Right, just trying to gain and rack up as many more points as he can right now. It's a 2-round lead for Engineers. I believe it's the first time. Well, this has been kind of the trend we've seen from them as well, but we'll see if they can continue this against the double judge from Syosset.
We've seen a lot of shotguns in this particular map here on
Yes, we
Vine.
have.
Like the raises have been on both sides have been really favoring their shotties.
True.
Hovering now outside A though. The guiding light will reveal its presence towards showers. Prowler to do the same. Outside of short. Full rotation already being called by Syosset on their bonus round. They're confident that the Cypher utility will hold down the site.
Yeah, this is early, but again, they hear the spark of the judge, and that's 1 more gone. And Pikachu moves in, wins the second as well. But Shankar will make sure that nobody's picking him anymore. Beautiful transfer. And he picks the judge to take the close quarters fight.
Wait,
Picks
they
the guy
knifed
from
the
himself.
hunt?
Can you do that? Wow. All right. Today I learned he's still hanging on to it too, but he's been cornered in U-Haul, and he's not going nowhere.
Weapon here.
I can't believe he had the audacity to knife the hunt. I mean, I'm pretty sure there were very few bullets left, so it does make sense. But
Well, I mean,
that
someone's
was
gotta grab the spike, right?
that was a play. I know you can knife the boom boss, so it's not surprising. I feel like you could probably knife any breakable util in this game. But there's more shotguns. SC going for the tilt factor in this round, to be honest. If we're gonna break your eco and your mental, it's the game plan for them.
I love this so much. This is, you know, it's things like these that make me happy, and it's what I absolutely love to see. He gets caught in the tripwire. No way. DM7 holds it down. The switch out works. He thought you could fake him out, but he's the one who got faked and you can't see him. Yes, I can. Damn, Chalker. Now you gotta show him who's the man. It's a 1v3. What's gonna be your plan?
Ooh. Not concussed though. The Trailblazer did miss, but it's a 10 HP kind of moment. not able to really tuck away, so they know exactly where he's playing. Doesn't have many options here.
I mean, he's 10 health. He has an orbital strike. He has the world at his fingertips. In my personal
Is
opinion.
that really the world at your fingertips?
Yes, because his fingertips are really small and don't really amount to much. That's why.
Take what's useful.
See? And
I
suddenly he
don't
got
think
nailed.
that's how the saying goes, to be honest. But I'll roll with it for you. I'll throw
Thank
you a
you.
bone for once.
Aw, appreciate that.
Engineers, though, now being pushed back onto another eco round. They are all... I was gonna say all. There's one person. One away from an ultimate, that being Monkey with the Seekers. So I think with the Engineers, what I'd like to see is maybe them just trying to farm some alt orbs, looking for information and whatnot. Just prepare themselves as much as possible to bolster their attacking side on their next anti-eco.
Right, because you know you're probably gonna have to give this up, right? But the next shot is where the explosivity starts. What I do want to point out though is what we saw in the previous half with Syosset. We saw them, you know, they had extremely fast rounds. It was super high pace, which is what you're kind of expecting in terms of what the engineers can also bring out as well. But the change up and shift that we've seen out of engineers who are expecting to be the more high octane team is pleasant, I'd say. You know, a bit surprising on my end personally, but it's nice that that you see that they're taking their time with a lot of things, especially on a save like this, where they're full marshals, but Spike can knock in middle position, and they haven't garnered much info, but they're chilling for now.
I mean, I don't even necessarily think that the team composition is that high octane. I think it's just a lot more so favored towards playing for picks, playing for information, because in your post-plant situation, if you do go fast, you manage to get that down, you don't have as much for that post-plant. You're going to be forced into taking a bit more site control, taking some earlier fights. And right around the
30
corner, there's a
seconds.
judge waiting.
Takes advantage though. Catches it first. Leave Batman with a surprise jump and
Yeah,
Team
I
7
said.
with the double spray. But Siwa luckily tucked into a corner. He cannot find the third. And there's another judge they gotta go up against. Checks the
Oh!
corner. Immediate shot
Deleted.
by Mr. Nuts. And leave it with 3v2. One more.
Siwa.
Spray transfer. Fun Buns wins. Damn.
All util, though, available here, Rav.
You're right. The world at his fingertips. With all the
Well,
second class coming up in
this
5
one's a
seconds.
genuinely, like, yes, you're actually right this time. There's so many options, but the guiding light for Star Towards Showers gives info, but they're playing for post-plant orbital strike here on the side of Engineers.
But as right now, running out of time, and that's the second shot from Majestic Nuts that has just been so clean. The Engineers take the lead on an anti-eco, one unexpected personally from my opinion, but hey, I love the changeup, and you're right, maybe not as high octane, right, but they're doing their thing with the picks, like you said.
Here's what you gotta play for information. You have so many options with a Sky, with a Fade. Raze as well has some information seeking ability, that being in the boom bot. And then with Siwa, you've got the Yoru, who is very much so playing a lot of a lurking role here for Engineers, because he's able to just teleport out, use that piece of util, rotate back with the team, and can afford to do so. Guiding light out towards the short TP, though, will stall out towards Hookah a little bit longer. But Engineers, they're looking to split these sites.
Waiting for the wave to look awesome, move in, Bobby off the showstopper, and there it is. Is that Bobby finds one, the flash setup. Bunko nade is out, and the Stinger managed to get one out of that. That's a worthwhile trade. That'll leave them with the spike going down on sight.
There are Seekers available here for Fun Buns on this retake. 3d4 extremely doable. Blast packs as well for Venom to get out of Hookah. Quick, unhittable. But first off, you're going to see the Nightfall compared with it now combined with the Seekers. They're going for the retake here on the south side. So.
And they're managing to cover each angle too. They're doubling up as you're seeing so far right now. It's just one after the next. One doesn't get it. The second will based off the flash. And Lay C1 on the outside. They probably look to tap the spike. He is seized and he is gone as well. SE tied things up with barely enough time.
Save the day. Easy.
Really nice retake, but an expensive one at the same time. Both initiators having to expend their ultimates to be able to have that come to fruition in the easiest possible way. What I do like about both these teams, though, here, Rav, is that neither of them, they're not too trigger happy, nor are they too conservative with their ultimates. I feel like they're using them, then you're able to replenish them, have them online as early as possible going into future rounds. And I like that they're not shy about that. However, now looking back over towards engineers, money's not looking too good. You've got the dimensional drift right off the bat here for Siwa, trying to find some sort of funky kickoff with the shorty, but I don't know if that'll work out.
And the uses of the drifts, like, concurrently have been at least creative and more so uses a drone, right? But every time he's popped and peeped out of the on site, it hasn't worked out. So I like that at least, you know, he goes in, sees where they are, and gets out pretty easily, which is solid start off. At least the engineers having a 2-person lead. Syosset all stacked up as 3 on the outside. Trailblazer catches the sight of 3 of them as well. Now, I don't think they'll necessarily back off here either. Yeah, they'll to move in, the judge, but only managed to get 1 Fun Buns with 2 off the flash. Like, them at a 2v2, this is doable.
Oh, but Majestic's positioning here is prime, taking down Fun Buns now. 1v2 situation. Siwa's low, just has to back off. Little time left, having to isolate the one towards sight, but there's not enough time for the defuse. Another round on the board here, double digits first into the hands of engineers.
Small margins is what essentially allowed them to continue and delay that round within a matter of seconds as well. Like you were saying, like it was definitely possible for them to be able to do so, but kind of time with the right person, they managed to clear out bunker, but unfortunately not enough to get any more control on the site. Leaving now once again in a save, we continue back and forth between seeing each side, bring out sheriffs and see who can hit nastier shots.
Fun Buns is 26-9 right now. I just like to keep track.
Alright, impressed. Looking to drop a 30 bomb if possible. Hey, Venom. Oh no!
That is so sad. That is actually tragic.
Bring them down.
Unfortunate. Now the party be catching one, but they don't know that they're set up on an egg. What?
right.
He just lucky sprays him down.
I mean, there was the C's.
There was. You're right, but I mean, he's just like, you know what? This is timing. That's gonna happen. And knows the one in the corner, the running shot with a stinger.
Spectre Gaming.
Spike planted.
Allegedly nerfed.
That's what I'm saying,
Allegedly.
right? I am flabbergasted. So I'll sit. I'll see what we can bring out here right now. Oh,
That is so sad.
you know, if I'm DM7, I'm so happy because I know the Yoru up that is just a little bit tilted, which is just enough to take forward the next round. One more wants to commit to this. Try to get okay.
Player standing.
Never mind. Might be able to get one more. No, Chalker wins the swing. 2 away from the match for engineers.
Stay in range of my stim beacon. Hold them down.
Keeping it competitive, though. However, engineers, they've seemed to have found their footing, at least towards the B side.
True.
Having those really explosive takes is something that's been panning out really well for them towards B. I think when we see them hitting towards A, you see them maybe playing it a little bit more for picks and whatnot, and that's where they find their success there. But it seems like their win condition for B is, okay, get the plant down as fast as you can, set up for the post plant as soon as possible before Syosset rotates over. We're going to see engineers now hovering outside B once again, but they've slowed things down this time. Usually at this point, you already see a Prowler coming out from Gucci main to clear out into Hookah. But they're just playing contact walking up here. Instead, Syosset playing very far back, non-committal on the B side. A bit more commitment towards A to actually hold sight, because I think they were maybe anticipating a flip back over, because the engineers have gone, I think, like twice, or like a couple times A, they go a couple times B, then they go a couple times A. And I think they're just hoping that the pattern will be towards A this time around, but won't be the case thus far.
I've got your trail.
Yeah. Surprising yet that they're backing it in this little formation that's safe for the beast that we saw at the last round. And through it, strike, they delay long enough, and Syosset are also playing far back enough that they gave up the initial take on the site. Spike beam down, first shot in, and the Nightfall as well used on the entire site to be able to cover everybody there. But now how will the fight also move forward? Where the elbow's clearly cleared out. They're stuck as 4 right behind Jenny. So they're looking to just hope that they move into them, but the swings are going their way. The Seekers, the Cabbage is shot, but Fun Mustang staying alive through all of that. And the spike is being defused.
Ooh.
Will not matter though. Fun Buns with 3 times that perfectly.
I love how Syosset actually adapted in that last round. Previously, you used to see them playing on site on B, but that was dangerous because they didn't have any way to get out, especially when we were seeing Pikachu on the cam consistently in tunnel, the blast pack out with how quickly engineers, or Syosset, no, with how quickly engineers likes to blitz onto site, it just wasn't doable. And the adjustment came through, allowed them to play the retake a lot better on B, try and hold more towards A. Engineers will be looking back towards the A site, but we'll see if the different change of pace comes out once again, because they slowed things down a lot in the previous round. And this is what we saw previously. Every single round before the last, that's exactly how they like to play the B side for Syosset.
I wonder if through here, if Syosset managed to get one, they just instead decided to just chill back and go to B once again, but no. They saw the pick, they feel confident enough to go to A. You see the rotation with the floater being that fade. They're gonna move over the Nightfall as well, catching, I believe it was right on 3 at least by the end of it, and yeah. And they're not stalled in A short, they can't move in, they're all decayed, they're waiting for it to wear off. And now this allows DM7 to move into U-Haul, but they cannot catch the timing, so they use the TP, they all run away to B.
After one pick to just contact across the map, all, okay, yeah, that, no, they shot it out. At first, it looked like it was like a, like, you know, the cross, like, trips on hookah, but 1v5 situation now here for Pikachu, looking like match point for engineers.
Nah, that's doable. You got it. Look, it's a judge. It cleans up easy. It's not even fair right now.
But they know it's
shot.
a judge.
This is also true. And these are the downsides of a judge. If the judge had the range of a sniper, I think the life would be better.
Match point.
I don't.
No? You're not feeling that? No?
No, I don't know how people would feel about that.
That's fair. That's okay. You know, it's a work in progress. I can try to workshop the idea as time goes on, but hey.
I think you should do some polling. I think I can tell you what your results will be from your polling. But I think you should do some polling before you pitch that.
You know what? I'm down. I'll ask the community how they feel. I'm sure I'll know what the results are. They'll definitely be within my support. But either way though, why not Syosset? These are the support they can get currently. Down 1, looking to take 2 rounds in a row. And it's over.
Oh, the body bomb!
Oh, he doesn't manage to get out, but DM7 falls. Not to this youth alone. There's Slack Majestic. Not sure we'll be able to get this. Does he get shut down? The shot and he lives. That's Fun Buns. All right. If there was ever a time to pop out funds, every time to get a 1v5, this will be this time. That's 1. Catch him in the corner. That's 1v4. Time is ticking. Seekers are in 2 kills. He can maybe do this if he gets the next 2. Catch with the flash. And there's just so many people looking at him. The engineers will take the first round.
Got that quadruple swing to seal the deal there. I like how we saw everyone back off when Fun Buns was the person left in a 1v5 situation, though. They know that this player is so dangerous. But GG's to the engineers. It was a close matchup, Syosset. They kept it really tight, but engineers, they were able to take their map pick home.
Yes, they were. And considering that, like you were saying, buying, of course, can be so super back and forth, but with how close it was, as we look towards Haven, we might see more of the same. But we'll have to wait and see until we come back after this break. Welcome on back in, amigos. We, of course, have a fun game yet again. We got map number 2 between the Engineers and, of course, Syosset Sports. Of course, the Seed 2 versus Seed 16. End of the day, Engineers did manage to take the game 13-10 previously on Bind, which of course was their map pick. But Syosset, I think of the mantle. We're gonna take back Haven. It's a full best of 3. This is their fighting for the Eastern region. Of course, we got West Side as well after this too. So we'll see how things go on, move forward. Remember, we're paying for a lot of scholarship money for these high school students to go off to college and hopefully get every single course they want. But currently though, on Haven, if you look at both of the compositions, we're looking at essentially the same sort of skill sets, right? All the switch off between the KO and the Fade, right? Alongside the Sky and the Killjoy substitution instead. But with the Omen coming in, also the Sky and the Sova, with the Omen and Killjoy on both sides, and of course the preference between Raze and Jeff for different skill sets. But I think things can definitely develop and move on how you manage to take more of these sites. Currently though, with a knife being tagged on both initiators on opposite ends, we see Syosset take a couple of seconds after being found on a window, but choose to move instead towards C. And interestingly enough, they actually move out of C. Oh, Fawn goes over, gives the Jet the heal. But with C given over, this is a free site for them to take. Ushime moves into the smoke. And we'll just try to catch the timing here, Rush.
Interesting. Okay, we got the paint shells out towards window. Engineers all here towards C Link already. Spike's ticking down towards the C side. Venom looking to back off, play towards C long. That's 4 players. All 5 actually playing off site. But Fun Buns is going to be pretty annoying here on the reflank towards Garage.
Consider that all playing down by C long, right? Like you're saying, the flank could be nice, but that's a solid pickup away from Fun Buns. And now they have to watch 2 different angles. Fun Buns have to move in, but the delay happens long enough. They have no time. And even the nade as well, just making sure you can't even touch the spike if you wanted to. Syosset with the first.
Okay, now we're looking at the buy-up round here for Syosset. Nice to see them picking up the pistol, though. When we were over on Haven, the Engineers were the ones to secure both pistol rounds and both anti-ecos. The first 2 rounds of both sides. And, I mean, kind of makes sense. Bind, that was the Engineers map. This time around, we're on Syosset's playground. What is interesting to me, though, is, okay, no chambers for either side. Both of them will be sporting the Killjoy, which is actually not a change that I anticipated in a roster, despite the nerf that went out for chamber on Haven specifically.
Right. And we were wondering about this, right? As to how these teams will adapt. Where I think both players from Syosset likely were just originally Killjoy players and had to adapt to the meta, but they're more than happy that this is worth coming back to. Either way, with neutral thrown over, they take out the Killjoy one that's there to stop them from going in. And I don't know what C was gonna be able to do here. It's the same kind of shorty stuff we saw previously. Moves off the drones, 1 bullet, and there's none now. 2 being gone would lead to at least 1 be taken by the Engineers, but it is not enough to stop them from moving into the site, leaving them only 2.
Yeah. Quick cleanup here. Not quite a flawless round, but only losing 1 of those guns to go and carry over into the bonus. But that's tough. I mean, the shorty's great and everything, but the fact that you have to reload after 2 shots does put you in a dangerous situation when you're being rushed like that. Now, though, Engineers will finally have rifles in hand. No ultimates online quite yet for either team, but a big difference maker here for Syosset is if Venom can somehow manage to grab one of the orbs, maybe the one towards A long, to get the showstopper online, could be a huge difference maker with the amount of damage that can be dealt.
It's a 5 stacked in, right? They're not gonna choose to throw everything at the kitchen table, but it'll take a couple of seconds, almost split push in. Respect moving into A long, but they show something that we were talking about. The paranoid catches it, but he still gets Majestic not so trade at the end of it. and it leaves them stranded with one more being gone, the site being opened up for the spike plant.
Okay. There are flashes though available, but Syosset already looking really good advantage as far as players go. But Monkey looking to try and drop down. All util still available. Second guiding light to go out now, but unfortunately stalled out to drop because they flashed themselves.
Through this, it'll lead them to just easy cleanup and a 3-0 start from their side. This is exactly what we saw previously as well, Ash. Right? Syosset managed to take an early lead, but taking the bone is something that is unexpected, because this was where we saw engineers look for the comeback as well. Now, although it was switched sides, but I got a lot more confident on their map pick.
That is for sure. I think also like, but I mean, sure, engineers, they have the momentum behind them and whatnot, but we saw on Bind when they're on the attacking side that Syosset went on the attack. The second that they have the momentum under their feet, they really start to get rolling. They start to warm up and just really move with it in that kind of sense. Almost emotional in a way, you know, when you get hype, you're hype, and you can just keep going.
Yeah.
But A site left largely open, but look at all this mid control already being taken here by the engineers. Gucci main pushed underneath window, and with the lack of presence towards C long, we're already seeing engineers leaning their way towards the A side.
And that one being gone, covering the flank. Speaking of which, how did he win that? Impressive anything, but still leads to a 4v4. We're back once again on A, and in a very tough situation again. So we could see this round play out like the last, as he wants to look to drop down. They definitely heard that as, yep, and this is quickly as he would drop. She also drops as well. Jet being taken away. Same situation as last time too, through the choke and out the go.
Their hold on their A post plant is just impeccable so far from Syosset. I mean, yes, it was, I believe, an eco around there for engineers, so there wasn't too much that they could do as far as weaponry goes. But when it comes just down to the way they like to set up their post plans, playing those crossfires, playing every single angle imaginable to be able to trade out your teammates, is being done just almost perfectly. Yeah, I was like, I have so many words I can pick from. I don't even know which one I want to pick.
Yeah, just it's with such beauty and grace they continue to establish themselves. Either way, same stack towards A, but leaving one for the lurk still, almost anticipating the aggression out through mid. But KG might not have to be there for long. Turret does spot one, but that'll be just the one. The dart though, to manage to tag two is nice, and I wonder if through this actually call it in rotations. But Chonker being caught right by the entrance will force him to move. And Pikachu, the person that was trying to flank the first in the garage and the first one out, so that is stuck trying to go to C.
Interesting as well that the Killjoy was moved over towards the A side. Siwa gonna be able to find one here towards C long. Spikes down as well, but tagged up, gonna have to commit to the back off. DM7 alone trying to push towards it. What is happening?
You didn't take the spike! No! But still dies on the site. It's fine, I guess, but just leaves Venom by himself. So he can at least do some eco damage, right? Maybe take some guns out of their hands, but considering where all the engineers are playing,
10 seconds left.
they're so far back, they might be able to just check Venom where he is, catch him with the knife,
Oh, two pushing up.
and there's just simply no time. There's one double swing, that's the gun out of his hands.
I mean, it's not too big of a deal for Venom to lose the gun in this situation because of the fact that Syosset just has so much money to work with.
True.
We're seeing an attacking-sided operator coming out, though, into the hands of... No? DM7? No, not gonna do it. Okay, I was like, you don't see that every single day, right? So it doesn't really have that ability to get out or have any util to help with that either. But going back over towards the A side. They're going to continue to invest chunker over there with the Killjoy util. And it seems like Syosset has, in the last round, I mean, they backed off pretty instantaneously after losing one, and also with the reveal that the Killjoy was playing there. They don't really want to fight that utility, have to deal with it, and how much they're able to meddle kind of with like the push on towards site with the delay. But at the same time, there's also options to try and take that down early.
Face your fear!
Instead, they might have to. The one is looking to the side instead. Against on the Killjoy, you until the paranoia and lost the nightfall. Make sure everything is dark on the site, but stopped out by the Molly. Is not able to even move an inch outward. And instead, they'll focus the efforts on a long, where they've been successful to take 2. And I think it's a trade that they're very happy with, as that'll leave them with an option to move over.
Lost a lot of map control though. Still kind of stuck in spawn, but they cut noise and looking to re-hit towards the A site. No more Killjoy available here for engineers, so they'll just have to go based off of contact, based off of sounds that Monkey can hear from CT. Monkey also has Seekers available though, so the retake is more than possible for engineers in this situation. And with 15 seconds left, they might even just be able to completely delay this spike plant.
Yeah, considering this is a tough call, especially with now 5 seconds there, but nobody actually checks them, so they should really get that off, even the speakers being put down. So they know that all of it chilling on site, especially considering they weren't able to catch a Sova who's now moving all the way around. They're coming down long and up against an op, so there's so much firepower. With a turret also watching that upper angle. If you take on the Killjoy, then things get a lot easier for you on your retake, but it has to be a game of patience on how they do so currently. And right now, they're running out of time here as they need to find a way to move in. The smokes are dropping, the knife could be the biggest way they can do it. And instead, no way in, so instead they all get out.
They don't really have another option. With the amount of time that already passed by, you have an operator invested. The Blade Storms was popped as well by Siwa earlier on in the round. So there wasn't even an eco ultimate to really fall back on here for engineers. The best option that they had was to carry on whatever they could to muster up this final buy before being pushed onto another save. And then on the side of Syosset, I mean, they're just vibing right now. I mean, DM7, they do have that Hunter's Fury to do some zoning for the execution towards site. But I find that once Syosset at least gets situated for their post plant, engineers really struggles to try and funnel back on through. They've only really found success in getting an early pick off one of the members of Syosset.
As only the pickoffs previously we spoke about is, you know, how we find that Syosset may have found success, and currently they don't necessarily need to. It's the patient plays beforehand, and then it's immediate rush down to hope that the post line works out. And usually, so far, ain't working out great, honestly. Engineers have been the one to look to hold them much further up. Let's look at where they are, right? They're still holding some pretty open angles without the greatest exit routes, at least, especially if we're looking towards garage and Majestic Nuts. No smoke there, and just hoping for a challenge to come in.
I mean, they do have the ability to get out definitely with those angles. A little bit tough, but able to just back out here. Garage control completely given up. The knife to come out as well will reveal information here towards Garage Link. Monkey with the first blood will shut down Venom. And now, Syosset, they have to make a decision. Do they commit towards C? Do they rotate off with 30 seconds left?
30 seconds
Fun Bun's
left.
also managing to slink over into the smoke, considering where they all are, right? Pretty much all 3 of them outside C long. If we're looking at another 15-second rushing onto site onto C is not exactly what you want, but taking Majestic Nuts would be nice, and now they know where Fun Buns is. Oh, that's so tough. If you catch him one with a haunt, but he's given space look to move in, some paranoia down. Not catching all 3, but off the flash, they can still do so. And they're stuck on the outside, spray not gonna connect. It'll be a 2v2, but he has more time. Yep, that's it. They hold it.
The patient play, the longest one though this time around for Syosset. I mean, we saw them. They like to scale up, play contact, then blitz towards site, try to get that post plant down. But here, they just took a little bit too long. At the very least, they do still have quite a bit of money to play with. There's still that Hunter's Fury available. Pikachu just one away from the lockdown as well. Looks like Syosset, they're vying for that A-long orb. Try and put it into either the showstopper or the lockdown. We'll see which one it ends up being, but Siwa, wise about it. We'll be waiting with the op in hand, looking to find the first blood.
We've seen Siwa post up here before, and it's been for the past couple of rounds he's been here. That was very close in the shot. Just, if Bun Buns had peeked on a second earlier, but the reposition, the second also not going to connect, but pushing up to put the Molly down, the repeak works out. And now it's Pikachu left by his lonesome. With the paranoia also there, but they can't get the Molly. As well, the lineups there. Pikachu, beautiful. And he takes out 3 every single person who is peeking the site.
Oh!
But Majestic Nuts gets 3 of his own. He wants to try to establish his own control. The open out there. TP's in. The paranoia lasts long enough. But what a clutch from the Nuts.
In style, too. Majestic with the 4K. I mean, interesting as well, because we've seen on Engineers' team, a lot of these players have shuffled around roles. Majestic was previously, I believe, on that Raze pick there for Engineers on the first map. Then Chonker, who is now on the Killjoy, was previously the Smokes player. So interesting to see how they're all able to just kind of flex around and still play so well on these different roles. But going into this next round now, Syosset lost 2 rounds in a row. There's also a null command available here for the Engineers for either stall or retake situation, whatever it may be. Ooh. Of course, as I say that, I'm going to cast a curse that Gucci Mane will be the first blood though, Rob.
On 4, as he's just chilling out of the open, hoping to maybe try to catch one, but with him being gone, B-side is open, and now the question will be how they hold it. Right, ideally you're looking at least 3 offside, that's exactly that. The lockdown that gets put off from pretty far, so not much of an option for them be able to let's try to get it, but instead Chonker gets caught. Shorty to take him, and he doesn't actually get the shot off. Remember, that has more health now, so they can continue to hold it. Nobody detained. Yes, that's still alive. Paranoia is gonna save that the final couple of seconds, but as he moves over, Flexo Man is watching it. Then inside the smoke, he has the op, and Siwa has to be perfect here, but he's running out of time. Those ones on the outside will take the shot, takes too much damage to the Molly, and they can just play. They can just wait. Pikachu, well done.
Okay, like I said, you get in a post-plant situation, Syosset's got the round in the bag. Every single round Engineers has been able to win was without the spike being initiated.
True.
Now, pushed onto an eco, Siwa going for the operator. Okay, no, not actually gonna do it. I was like, Siwa, is this the decision that we really want to make right now? Electing for the Marshal instead, playing it safe, making sure that the economy will be even around the board for the next buy-up run for their team.
I was going to say, my rather your team is saving. I would like you to adapt to the program, but I respect it. You know, so I'm sure because even Yays will buy the op in situations like that. Oh no. Okay. I'm being gone, not as easy progressing this time. That hits! That showstopper hits so directly. She stops this entire game. This is so good. And better to take 2 and managed to stay alive through the entire time. It was a good start off. Versailles was sad, but the ending is worse.
Ooh, Monkey does have Guiding Light as well as Trailblazer available here, though. If they can get one pick, the Seekers will be available for Engineers on this retake, but a lot of stall already being had here towards main.
Yeah, they just have all the angles they need to cover. Yeah, it's just not happening. Considering you managed to get that one, right? There's 2 people there watching that exact side, and see what now smoke dissipates, might be able to get one, but they've all left, so we'll go in and should we get out with a weapon? No. Rip.
That's tough. But There are 2 more rounds left in this half before we swap sides. Another buy to come out here for Engineers. I want to say a must-win round. 3 to 9, even if Syosset cleans up the next 2. Not a bad score line for Haven when you're swapping to the attacking side next.
Yeah.
But ideally for Engineers, they do have to win this round. Otherwise, they're facing up the last round of the half with no money in hand. Seekers are available. Early guided light out towards long. But as I say that, already first blood there for Siwa here in grass.
Still holding the exact same upper angle by B, so no looking to challenge that right now. But considering they even managed to get one, look how deep the Engineers have pushed out of C as well. Although they managed to clear out garage, but it's just the Killjoy anchoring A. And there it is, at least the flame clutch from the turret. It's over by lobby, but she would spot that as that comes in, and now we're looking at this lockdown. Has the entire A site there, so they're gonna be forced to evacuate in just a little bit. Oh no.
It's tough. It's a hard knock life out here. Spike initiated though, 4v4 situation. Seekers for Monkey. Given. Wait! What? They knew Monkey was there!
All right, and now the next thing live, the Seekers come out, and they magically catch one by one. The Gucci main cleans up the rest. Seekers may not even be needed, but then they'll flex so much to the corner. It's 2v1 versus 2v none. Make that 4. That was unfortunate.
That was tough. But the first round, the Engineers have been able to win on a retake. Now, the round that they needed to be able to afford a full buy going into the last round before we swap sides, does manage to come to fruition. Siwa does end up having the op in hand. Not enough to buy up Chonker, unfortunately, but Blade Storms are available for Siwa. So, in a worst case, can toss the op over to somebody else if needed. But then on the side of Syosset, I'm looking at that Nightfall. I'm looking for Fun Buns to be this player for Syosset. Grab that information, make this setup perfect for the execute.
I mean, you're saying perfect right now. We're looking at a lift off. It's clean execution. We move in. Monkey again. Staying alive. Getting to. Swinging from side to side. Grabbing vine to vine. Easy stuff. That's 4K for Monkey.
Switching sides.
Swapping sides now, though. 5 to 7. So if Engineers can hit that pistol round, they can tie things up. This is really similar. This is what we saw, basically. Very similar to what we saw at the very least on Bind, with how close it was at half. Syosset was that team that actually tied it up the last time around, though. But Engineers...
Doing pretty good, right?
They're doing pretty good. No, what I'm thinking about is the fact that Bind also started off with a 4-round in a row.
You're right.
For one of the teams.
But it was for Syosset, in fact.
It wasn't for Syosset as well. I was like, I can't remember which one it was.
It was for them, because I was going to say, this is the exact same shape pattern we saw previously. Siwa just might unfortunately lose half the life of the trip if not careful, but chilling inside of the smoke for now, so being forced to back away towards the end of the site as we look at B. This is a bold pick that works. All right. One being gone, how far for the two of them being kind of have the flash, but they still managed to trade. And Soccer takes out his counterpart, just absorbs him up, leaving Flex Omen. Might need to hit the gym, but not today. A little bit low. All it would take is a small spray, because look at where the Killjoy is. On the side. The second tap is also a fake, and he plays it beautifully. Flex Omen takes him to the gun show.
Clutch rounds here. And first pistol. Well, not for the pistol. I was going to say first round, and then I said pistol. Pistol on the board for Syosset. Allowing them to buy up full. It's going to be... I don't know. It's kind of scary because you're looking at the fact that they got the first 4 rounds in a row on the attacking side, and now Starting off with that pistol again, you got to be worried if you're engineers to see if they're gonna continue on with that same kind of momentum.
Give them no ground.
And I mean, if they do, that's a really quick roundup towards match point.
I was gonna say, if I'm engineers, I force. The jumping works out, nice strat. But yeah, I think just to make sure that you're still able to continue to lessen the gap, because a 4-round lead would be crazy to try to come back from. Well, some they've done before, right? But either way, if a force up here does work out, then you're looking at not too bad going into the other round. Nonetheless, from slower pace this time on their attack.
Drop the spike.
And this is what we come to expect out of them as well from Bind.
Just slow contact up. There comes the execution, though. A lot of util invested here towards site. Fun Buns can't see, unfortunately. The trades do go out. Engineers looking on top on this eco round here.
Bomb grenade out.
They have the advantage. They've got some guns that they're able to pick up on site as well.
See what next shot. And it still manages to get out with the reload too. The move in, but low enough that puts it up to 1v2. DMZ just straight fires from up top like the American sniper. And clears out everything else. I know he's hyped about that, because that was nasty.
Ooh. DM7, the one to salvage this anti-eco, right? But it was expensive. Engineers made them pay for that second round. The bonus is going to be really weak coming out from Syosset. Full buy round here for engineers, nothing too surprising there. But gives engineers that opportunity to close this gap a little bit, because like you said, this is already a 4-round lead. You don't want to see Syosset, unless you're a Syosset fan, that is, hitting the double digits so early on.
Because then if you are in that position, then the engineers being able to take almost 5 rounds in a row makes it that much harder, and then we're looking at possible map 3 as well. But we'll see if that doesn't manage to happen right now. The buy currently is just something tough. We're gonna foresee what the fake dash into the wall, so almost expecting him moving, but nothing found currently, as we're expecting definitely much more of an aggressive hold.
No.
The double spray down takes out DM7.
Tragic. It's wall bangs across the board, Rav, and now looking towards a quick plant on the B side. Site completely clear, using the fragment to ensure that back site spot behind the wall is free. And it'll be retake game here for Syosset.
Flash finds Fun Bun, so having to move behind the box, but looking to... Oh my god!
Last player standing.
A disgusting shot! And an incredulous effort by Fun Buns.
Okay. Finally a buy-up round, though, for Syosset. But not able to call... Oh, no. No, they are able to afford a full buy. I was like, unless... Don't tell me. Is Siwa saving up for another op?
I think so.
Okay.
He does have,
well,
he does have
Bladestorm's-
Bladestorm, though.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. We'll see how it pans out.
Get out of my
Haven
way.
is a lot easier to get value out of that attack-sided operator. Start things off. Already first point of contact here towards C. They're moving fast.
As you run in, the site is completely given up. The Seekers, they do find most of them chilling over by Garage, and considering all the rotate over it. It's not a set. Spike's not down just yet, but as it does get planted, you gotta make sure to watch for the omen, right? Just not to move over to B. DM7 though catches them with the rotate over. One being gone, all of them centered in the low outside.
Retake though, impending. But a 3v5 situation, Pikachu able to take down one. Might get a second for their trouble as well. Super low, but not enough bullets in hand wrap.
Reloads as well, catches the timing. Gucci main does Lord's work. And now, once again, 2 in a row for engineers. We're looking at Syosset is back on the save again, but it'll be light shields and sheriffs to boot. And we've seen what Fun Buns can do with the sheriffs, so I'm not too worried about it.
Not just Fun Buns. We've seen what a lot, like most of these players have been hitting
DM7
their
can do.
shots on their sheriffs. right? But what I do want to point out, though, is DM7 and Pikachu are both one away from their ultimates. Either one could be huge win conditions if able to get like a pick off, have an advantage for numbers here for Syosset. Venom already that first point of contact, trying to back out using the paint shells to buy themselves time to hit towards site.
Okay. That's 5v5, look to move to the side. The Paranoid should be able to catch and clear out everybody else. And so now with this, Syosset cannot stop the plant at least, but
Spike planted.
now with them hedging their bets, right? They have the Nightfall available, but with just sheriffs in their hands, engineers can look to hold off sight. But instead, there'll be a couple of seconds, and I'll be trades as all of them are up by heaven, interestingly enough. So being caught all together is not exactly what you want. And Pikachu's got to go for a hair main drop down.
Coming back.
One away from tying things up now, and Syosset, they don't quite have... oh no, they do. They have just enough for that last buy. 4 ultimates online here as well, that I'm only 2 away from the showstopper. A lot of potential for Syosset to maintain the lead that they garnered for themselves earlier on in this round. But I don't know. Syosset's been struggling a lot with the blitziness of engineers. They're going in very fast-paced, like fast and furious on their executions towards site. Syosset struggling a lot with that kind of explosivity. I would like to see them maybe backing off a little bit more, and you are seeing them playing further back towards site, playing the retake more so.
Ooh. See, he went for giving away his own position, but you can see maybe if they can pop through garage. It's the same force that we were accustomed to, but considering they gave away the positions previously, moving as a forest stack is not what you want if you are the engineers who can hold on to site. Hard Fury, delaying it long enough. Flex over falls! No! But you get a tag.
Okay, spike initiated now though. Locked down. Is it gonna really be popped there? Chonker? I'm like, those boxes are brittle, Chonker. Do not do it. But it will be committed towards default. The defender lockdown as well for the retake. But that could be busted really easily.
This is bold. He wanted to try to just get them to stop them from moving in, and nobody gets detained on one side. But the second with a kill util being down, that makes it even tougher. They're looking to just defuse, and now they're holding it. They gotta swing against them, but Fun Buns is stopping it all. Syosset 8-10. That was, oh man.
Okay, that was messy. It was just scrappy. I mean, there's so much going on site there on the retake, but Syosset finally finding their footing once again, maintaining this lead now, hitting that double digits. This is important for them to win too here, right, on their map pick. We are talking about finals for the East region of the HSEL. The winner takes it all the way to nationals. That shot at the scholarship prizing. The loser just has to stay home. They just got a vibe. Not much to look forward to, right? So you want to take it the distance in this best of 3 series.
And you want to make sure you get everything in the kitchen sink and that icebox is where it's got to be. Right now, though, look at all the kills util being centered on B, so they know they can't be going there right now. And instead, they'll want to get back on C, but it's been these holes that have been tougher, though. Nice pick off by DM7. That'll make that losing your chaos early on makes it that much tougher, but he continues to hold the side periods by himself. A spike takes away. Syosset has a much tougher look in, especially considering how Majestic is chilling inside of the smoke. Pushing out here would be bold, and he catches the timing on the both of them. Ooh, bold and brazen, but that's how we like to play Valorant.
I mean, it was perfect timing, right? You hear the reload being popped, you know that they're vulnerable, they're not going to be able to have that reaction to get the shot off or stop that, whatchamacallit, the reload. I can't even speak right now, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get
the
it.
animation. Like, you can shoot, but it takes
pew
a second.
Exactly, yeah. No pew pew, no look, but they see gun pew, no pew. Yeah.
I don't. That's a lot of pews from my small brain, my very
understand.
small single brain cell to follow. But yeah, I think I catch your drift. And again, explosivity, the change to come out once again here for engineers. And they really like to favor the B side when Syosset is on the eco round.
Because they know that from here they can take a much more aggressive push-out roll. But we see how they went down previously. DM7 for free. For free takes 3. That's $0 on the dime. And you can count that plus 99. Majestic's nuts left by himself saying, hey man, who else is there? Who else trying to slime?
Okay. Mad dash away towards the A site now, though, for Majestic. Spike in hands, but Syosset's hot on their tail. Dark cover out towards CT, but it is going to allow Pikachu to just walk out. Very open plant, though. Having to go for some sort of early fight.
Life is out.
No, you do not walk in. There's no way. Gets the first pick, but the flick, not enough. Down to 20 HP, but Venom comes out on top. Now, double digits here. Wait.
Thrifty.
I got so turned around with that gameplay that we just witnessed that I was like, engineers won that round. No, they did not. Syosset now
honestly,
looking 1 away from match point.
fair enough. Like, I totally get you, because I would be confused myself. But I gotta be thinking, if you're Majestic Nuts, right? You know there were 2 towards B. You have to know at least 1 or 2 of them are by a link. And pushing through the smoke is so... It has very low win conditions. There is a world where he wins, but unfortunately it's not this one.
Get out of my way.
We'll see right now. Syosset, one way looking to make it match point. Engineers continue to fight and claw their way back. This 2-round deficit that they have not been able to close since the half.
Quick tailwind on site here for Siwa. Flashpoint out towards back site. But nobody's there, nobody's home. Just playing full retake for Syosset.
Spike hasn't been planted just yet, though, waiting for Venom to pop. Yeah, as it was. And use the Blade Storm instead to continue to peek, and that was the decision as well by Siwa. Instead, we'll take the time. This is chill and wait. It's hard to use. Clear out hell. It's the first tag. Second not taken. Monkey staying alive. And I'm looking at this. Look at where they're kind of just chilling as well.
Gucci.
Yeah, Gishi's been going nuts so as well, but they also Majestic Nuts also watching his back and consider this one over by hell to be Monkey. So there's no real way where they're actually able to find any sort of spot to go in. And considering Fun Buns, well, realizes there's no shot of this happening, gets out of there. 10-11 for Engineers.
Okay. Engineers, they need 1 more to tie it up. Because they have the advantage right now. They're 1-0 in the series. Best of 3, they have the current advantage. But they don't want to even the score with Syosset. Don't want to risk going to that 3rd map. If you're engineers, you want to bring it home now before risking the biscuit over on Ascent. For Syosset, obviously, they need to win this one if they want to keep their name in the game, keep skin on their backs.
I mean,
What's up?
it depends what kind of biscuit we talking. We're talking the crumbly dry ones from Popeyes, or we're talking the ones that I make at home.
Why would I? Who wants a dry biscuit? What kind of
I love
question-
those biscuits. What? Those are so good.
Like,
I'll take those with no water.
but you said dry.
Yeah. They're dry and wonderful.
They're not really dry. Anyways, I don't want to have this argument right now. For engineers, they've really slowed down in this round. They have been conditioning with that really fast blitz attacks. You can see on A site how far back Syosset is holding. They don't want to get caught off guard with how aggressively engineers likes to execute. But slowing things down, leaving Syosset guessing a little bit longer as they creep up, play that contact here as a split through short and A long.
This is a very familiar push that we've seen them do quite often with no lockdown being here either. So they can just look to move in. This was a confident play by Monkey. He sees
Oh,
one,
the
but
bait!
there's 3 there. Almost leaves him on the outside. Now Funbus is Nightfall. They have to back away. Spike just not gets planted. But on a 4v5, how do the rest of this go? Remember we said they can set the Nightfall at any time, but I do the position from Siwa. That's the main thing I'm looking at as the fight goes on, is just where this op is going to be. Is that the biggest difference maker? And the Nightfall doesn't actually catch him either. Justin Nuts using the ult to catch with the protected by feet, goes up into heaven, commits to it.
No
and
way.
wins. No shots, man. And he's just left. Flex Solomon thought he could do some. No way that happened.
I can't believe Majestic actually. I can't believe he won that fight. Actually, it was really close, but it's just like, I don't know. That's a little nerve-wracking. But Majestic is popping off right now here for Engineers. 24-13, playing that 2-0 KDA at this point. Got the triple-double down pat. Now Engineers, they need one more to take it to match point. But the same story goes for Syosset, 11-11. Slowing things down once again. Engineers just playing for information and picks across the map. And we got that Trailblazer in towards Garage as well to gather this information. They know Flexoman's hiding in here with the stinger.
Yep. There's always somebody by Garage. Venom as well, pushing up. Gets caught and caught. If it wasn't gonna be Gucci, it was going to be the turret to get him. And now they know with the A flanker being gone, they can now choose to move over to A as well. With all the rotations coming in, they're already moving over here, and Funbuns realizes this. Both Heaven and Link smoked off, and so they have no real shot being able to lock this down. And I like this play because now you get Seeker as well for Monkey.
Spike initiated. It's an eco round here too, right? So Siwa's trying to creep in now towards B, hiding from any potential alarm bot, whatever it may be that was there. Good for one, likely a second. This should be match point for Engineers.
Yeah, extra rotates pretty handily, like we're saying. It's gonna be the save and no real lineups this time, where it was just so unlucky that 3 get caught, a flawless taken. And going into the next round, Engineers have a lot of tools.
Yep. They got ults on ults here. Probably the 3 most impactful ults that they could possibly have for their team. You got the Seekers, the Null Command, and the Lockdown. If you stagger them perfectly as well, you use it for the execute, holding the post plant, and just stalling the retake. As long as they don't blow it all on the execution towards site, those are the win conditions, right? To stagger them properly, communicate as a team.
Yeah.
And Engineers, the way it's looking right now, leaning towards mid and A.
Still waiting.
Hunt does come through to grab some information, but Siwa's already so close towards main with the op in hand, looking for an early peek.
And because the knife actually didn't catch anybody here either. Going towards B here is a confident play. We talk about how they actually go around here usually when it comes to their saves, but Siwa popping up, getting caught, he's gone. The op being given way for your post plan is so much tougher as well. They just throw everything at them, but they're defusing. They get it to half, but someone's still alive. The nade doesn't land, and now he falls.
It's
but
half.
remember, the spike is still at half.
Wait, they're wallbanging through the short box.
No way.
This is not the play that they have. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. Seekers to come out as well. They know that all 3 remaining members of Syosset are coming in through A link. It's just
They're just
playing
waiting.
wallbang.
They're just waiting. It's
But it's
Wallbang
not-
City, but not gonna hold it. Oh my God! What?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's the fact that you have to be so confident in knowing that those wall bangs are going to hit, because that's 2 players from Engineers that were invested in towards A short for that post plant situation. If it wasn't quite on the mark, it was an easy round loss, match point into the hands of Syosset. But the play, it worked out. They went back to that bread and butter of the very aggressive execute towards site, the quick plants on B to secure a 2-0 series for Engineers to be the champions of the East region of HSEL.
I'm
I'd be so tilted.
I have no words, bro. Like, because that was a double Odin holding there, by the way. Like, that was like both of them. Like, just, and it was inches. Like, is just, they almost had the defuse, but somehow all of them died. Oh my God, I can't.
LMG gaming. No
Shout out
one
to
ever
them.
expects that too, either. Because it's
No.
like, on Haven, nobody does plays like that. Like, very rarely does that ever work out.
Yeah, because where really do you expect that? Like, everybody to be off A, you use 2 people to hold that angle. Like, window is clear. Are you thinking, yo, I can go in, and then this just super cheese play works.
Yep.
But you know what? I respect it. Shout out to them. That's a win. That's a fun game to watch. I guess this is why the Engineers are second seed, and we haven't been able to drop a single game throughout their entire series. But man, was it close games across the board here, Ash. But we reached the end of our first best of 3, though.
We do. Engineers to take the W with a lot of innovation, staying true to their name here in the HSEL East region. But we do have the West side coming up for you guys later on. The matches that aren't quite set up yet, but we will be back later around, I think, 8 p.m. EST. So in an hour, stay tuned, grab your snacks, get ready, prepped up for a stream, and we will see you guys later. Thank you.